All right, guys, what is up? This is the second episode of Cinema Theorists. Hopefully, this goes better than the first one did, if you did listen to it any more than I did, which is maybe halfway. But today we have my great co host, Chantel. And I would say how you're doing, but we just finished the last recording. How are you doing?
I'm doing amazing, man.
Today, we are going to get you up to speed on everything that you need to know before going to Eternals. If you don't really want to know anything whatsoever about the characters, the choice is yours. There is the X button right there for you to stop listening. But
Yep.
we are going to get into that more in the latter half. So if you want to stick around, give me a nice listen for at least half of the episode. We're going to talk about things that maybe you didn't know about that have nothing to do with Eternals. So, the choice is yours. I leave it to you. You can take the red pill and stay, or you can take the blue pill and be a boring schmuck. But what we're going to start off with, there is a little bit of Spider-Man news, which we will talk about right before the Eternals for anyone who does still want to not want to listen to it. We're going to talk about the Lightyear trailer that came out based off of Toy Story's Buzz Lightyear, but a little different. We'll talk about that. And we're going to talk about something that both me and Chantel, what word was that? Agreeably, oh, Jesus Christ. Arguably, share the same views and excitement on for Netflix's Cowboy Bebop live action series trailer.
Oh, yes.
So, without a doubt, and without any choice to you, we're going to start this awesome podcast, which is already going smoothly so far.
Super
All right.
smooth.
So, the Lightyear trailer came out. It's based on the real-life astronaut within the movies that made the toy a thing. Voiced by Chris Evans, not Tim Allen, which a lot of people got upset about when they first announced this. I think that so far it already looks like it's going to be a pretty interesting movie. I'll say interesting, that's as far as I can go with it. What did you think?
I'll start off by saying this, and you guys can potentially beat me up, but I'm glad they didn't use.
If they want to beat him up, meet him outside.
I'm here, bro. I got hands, but I'm glad they didn't use Tim Allen for the voice. Like, I'm glad they used Chris Hemsworth or potentially someone else, because this movie.
Chris Hemsworth.
I mean, no. My apologies, Chris Evans.
I thought I slipped up.
Chris Evans. But this movie is legitimately based off of the movie that the kid from Toy Story saw that Buzz Lightyear is based off of. So clearly the real quote unquote Buzz Lightyear, I don't even know if that's gonna be his name in the movie, but Buzz Lightyear would have a different voice, because even with me playing with toys, even if, my G.I. Joe Snake Eyes had a particular voice, I made a voice for him. So what if the voice in Toy Story that's, that voice was something that the kid thought about, like, while he was playing with him. So I think, all in all, I think the movie is going to be dope, like super dope.
So I'm going to go ahead and put in there what you just said is already a big theory that people are having and somewhat disliking. Originally, the synopsis says the toy is based off, like, the movie is around the real life hero that the toy is based off of. But there's a theory that this is going to be a movie that Andy saw in theaters. Like, this is a movie that came out inside the Toy Story universe, and we are the people. We are the Andys of this movie watching this, and it's based off of a movie character, not an actual person within their universe. Which I can kind of already see, because how are you going to explain all the futuristic technology that they have in this movie? Going space travel when it's not mentioned at all or
And
have any
Zorg,
major quant. Yeah, that's a possibility.
right?
I think it'll be interesting. I don't know how I don't know how I feel about it. I know it looks great. I will be watching it in theaters. It is actually
Likewise,
the second most viewed Pixar movie trailer, right behind Incredibles 2 in
right?
its first
I, w-
24 hours.
I will say this: when they initially announced this movie, I was like, oh no, like why are they doing this? And I thought it was like gonna be like based off of the toy, like Buzz Lightyear. But then when I actually looked at the movie, the trailer when you sent it to me, I was like, yes, like I can't wait for this. And of course, the Pixar theory is going to continue with this movie. So I wonder where it fits in.
Okay, so I have a strong connection with this Toy Story franchise. I've watched them since I was little. Um,
Tell them.
and I liked it so much that I had a VHS tape. I know those things. What are those? You know, uh, and I watched the animated Buzz Lightyear Space Ranger VHS movie so many times, and I watched the TV series. That was like a thing that my grandma would put on for me to watch, and I'd watch it so much. I didn't have a toy.
Space Ranger.
Yeah, that's what it was called. They made a direct to DVD movie, and they had Tim Allen voicing it, and I thought it was great.
I love Tim Allen.
So I have a little thing with the Lightyear stuff. Um, I will say I'm gonna be the first to put it out there. You heard it here first, folks. I will not be shocked if we see Wally in this at all
I agree.
because of space.
I agree. Now, I will say this. I will say this. I will say this. Getting off of Wally, I'll say this. What if? Well, not necessarily. What if? When I watched the trailer for the Buzz Lightyear movie, I was like, well, what about Woody? Like, I think it'll be dope if
Well,
they did a movie about like the Woody character as well.
I'm gonna be honest. It's gonna be really controversial to come out with a movie called Woody.
Of course, fair, fair,
It's not
fair.
very Pixar like.
At all. How would you
Um,
chop your Woody?
I just I think that this is a good direction to go into
Right?
with the franchise because technically speaking, we didn't need a fourth Toy Story, but watching the fourth one and seeing how good it was, I understood why they made a fourth one. I mean, there's cash grab parts of it,
Of
but
course.
it ended Woody's story. He's finally not
Yep.
he's not a straight piece of wood. He's a flimsy. I don't need to be near a kid anymore.
Right.
Good, get
I
that
will
Woody
say
away
this.
from your kids.
I will say this. I will say this. The only time I really cry, and you guys can bash me if you want, but the only time I really cry is when I watch a really, really good movie or if I'm listening to a really, really dope piece of music. Now, when I watched the fourth Toy Story at the very end, where and I don't think we need to say spoiler alert for this, but when
Oh, don't.
you
Oh,
know,
you don't know. People might commented on us for some 22-year-old movie, but this is only 2 years old. Be careful.
right, spoiler warning, but when it was at the end and Woody was really like, you guys go on and do what you're gonna do. I'm gonna stay here type thing. I legitimately almost teared up. And I honestly feel like the reason why I almost teared up is because I am from the age of when Toy Story 1 came out, and then 2, and then 3, and then, so seeing that and Jordan, you already know I always talk about character growth. So with as many movies in this series, I feel like the character growth of Woody from being like this jealous type character of Buzz Lightyear to going on to being friends with Buzz Lightyear to being going on to being the other things that he was doing. So for him to like give up everything he was doing and to, like give up everything. Like I legitimately almost teared up, bro.
So, um, okay, well, apparently Tim Allen, who voices Lightyear in the films, on the Ellen DeGeneres show after Toy Story 4 came out, said that it would be the final installment of the franchise, but the producer disclosed the possibility of a fifth film as Pixar was not ruling out that possibility. But I
Right.
feel like, but that was also 2019. I'm pretty sure Lightyear was announced. When did they announce this? They announced this. Oh, I didn't realize that was the case.
Go ahead.
So development on Lightyear started after they finished work on Finding Dory in 2016.
Yeah, I mean it's a lot of work that goes into these movies, like the animated movies, especially Pixar. Like shout
Also,
out to Pixar.
uh, the marketing campaign for Lightyear began October 27th, received 83 million views in its first 24 hours, and then they compared it to it being higher than the first teaser for Eternals.
Wow.
Also, I was wrong about the name of the animated movie that I had previously mentioned. It's actually Buzz Lightyear of Star Command. The adventure begins.
Yes.
That's a
Yes.
mouthful.
You got to get it right. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. That's a legitimate name out for. It's like all that.
Yeah. Huh. Oh, well. It got a D
One
plus.
one tidbit for me, and I don't know if you guys know, but I'm definitely an Apple fan. When I say Apple, I'm talking about iPhone. Steve Jobs kind of like helped Pixar to be what Pixar is today. So if you didn't know that, the more you know.
Let's see here. That's I'm excited for it. I will definitely be watching it when it comes out next June. Um,
Absolutely.
just like I'll watch Encanto, I think is what it's called, comes out next month or
You
this
talking,
month,
you
I
talking about
guess.
a Disney movie about the magic?
Yeah, I'll watch it.
Yes.
I like the Pixar
Yes.
movies. I will
I'm,
say
I'm definitely
most
going to see that as well.
almost every Pixar movie that I've seen in theaters, and I'm not afraid to say this. Most of them make me cry at some point in the movie.
I don't feel as bad now. So we can
No, I
watch
mean,
Encanto. We
men
can
can
watch
cry.
Encanto with me and cry together. For sure.
I mean, I won't. I'll be working when Encanto comes out, but dude, okay. I'm gonna pause before we get into like the Cowboy Bebop stuff. Dude, the amount of stuff that's coming out in the week of Thanksgiving is ridiculous.
Of this year?
Yeah.
Oh, my.
So, okay. So that week, the beginning of the week, Netflix is releasing part 2 of the Masters of the Universe Revelation,
Oh,
the
yeah.
last 5 episodes of that season
Oh,
or
yeah.
whatever. And then we have Encanto coming out that week. Then we have Resident Evil coming out that same week.
I'm definitely going to see that.
Yeah, it comes out, I think, on Thanksgiving, which is a really weird place to put Resident Evil. I guess they figured it wasn't going to make much money anyway.
Right? I mean, it's a Sony movie. So, I mean, shout out to Sony.
Oh no, that was all that I could think of at the moment, but that's still a lot of stuff for one week.
It is. And for
And the
you
fact
football
that
fans,
mhm. No, go ahead. I'm searching.
oh no. I'm just saying for you football fans, of course, is always football games on Sunday. But speaking of us loving to go into the movie theater, bro, I think this Sunday coming up. Let me see what is this Sunday. Either way, whatever this Sunday is, I think my Green Bay Packers play. I'm gonna go to the movie theater and watch the game on a big screen, bro.
Are you like Green Bay Packers?
I love Green Bay Packers, bro. And with the movie theater, they have it every Sunday. The only thing you have to do to watch the game is quote unquote free, but you gotta like spend like $10 on like concessions for like
Which I
each
think is
seat.
probably worth it.
I would say which is worth it to like see the game on big screen and like the audio system that they got. So yeah, I'm legitimately gonna go this Sunday.
So net November itself is going to be busy for movie stuff. Red Notice comes out on Netflix November 12th.
Okay.
For me, November 17th, The Tiger King season 2. And then 2 days later, Cowboy Bebop.
Speaking of Cowboy Bebop, you and I both watched the trailer reveal, and we both got into the early showing of the first and second episode.
Now, with that, it sounded like at first when I started listening to the live stream, they were going to be letting us watch it immediately after. Well, that wasn't the case, but we are going to get a link for it to watch the first 2 episodes like a couple days earlier.
Which we both got into.
Yeah, because we were like the first one. Like they're like first 5,000 people get it, and there was only 5,000 people watching. So
Right?
pretty sure
No, no,
most of
no.
us got it.
It was five. It was the first 500.
Oh, I thought this said first 5,000.
That was the first 500.
You know, at one point, I don't know if you were listening to it at the time when they did it, but they were talking about we want to see like 300,000 people here, and I'm thinking 300,000 people are not going to watch this.
Yeah. That was like at the very beginning, and I said the
Yeah.
same thing. Like, no, ma'am.
You got 5,000, which is impressive. I was in the first 1,000 to start watching it.
I was definitely in the first 1,000.
Yo, you know what? I just completely forgot because I'm looking at something. We'll go
What's
back
that?
to that. I forgot. Did you see that trailer for Tom Hanks' Finch movie that comes out on Apple TV Plus?
Of course,
That comes out
of
November
course,
5th. That comes out this
and
week.
and I'm definitely gonna watch it. Have you seen the trailer for it?
I have seen the trailer for it. It looks like another movie that's going to make me cry.
Fair enough. Yeah, it kind of well, not necessarily exactly like Chappie, but is kind of like a
I'm
movie like
against the
Chappie.
robot. It looks like it's going to be a better movie than Chappie was.
It's definitely going to be a better movie than Chappie. Well, no. You know what? I'm going to pause you there because
Yeah, pause me.
I really love Chappie, and I don't know if you guys have seen Chappie, but I really love Chappie. But of course, Chappie as a movie is about a robot with AI, but this is a robot that like kind of failed, and then like these people like kind of like put something in him to help them rob something, but he like get his own sentience, which is dope. Um, but yeah, to me, when I watched the trailer, it put me in the mind frame of Chappie because I mean, we can't really necessarily say spoiler alert because it's not out yet, but just go and watch the trailer. But is legitimately Tom Hanks. I don't know the name of his character. He builds a robot.
Finch.
It's like a this. You say what?
Finch is his name.
Inch.
Finch, like the title.
Oh, Finch, got you.
Yeah.
So Finch, which is Tom Hanks, he builds a robot. It's like a dystopian type future to where it's like all these storms and stuff. And you know what? Another thing that it put me into is Castaway. So like Finch is like the only person there. He got like a puppy or whatever, and then he like builds a
Wilson.
robot. Wilson, right? Exactly.
Yeah.
He builds a Wilson to get to like where everybody else is. But I legitimately think that the movie is going to be pretty dope, bro.
Um. Well, okay. For anyone, they pretty much announced this when they did the synopsis. Be prepared to cry a lot if you love dogs, robots, or the fact that he built the robot to take care of his dog because he's dying.
Right.
Okay. Here's another thing that comes out, right? November. Ghostbusters Afterlife. That's gonna be great. I hope.
Oh my god. We're not even going to talk about that because like I'll stop everything right now just to move forward to that movie because now this is a direct sequel
So
from
you
part.
would skip over Eternals to get to Ghostbusters.
You fucking right because I love Ghostbusters. I'm a 80s baby. Like I
Wow.
can't wait. I can't wait to go. I'm legitimately. I'll tell you this right now, and you and I might fight, Jordan, but I'm looking forward to Ghostbusters more than I'm looking to Eternals.
I'm looking forward to seeing what Eternals world builds with. Ghostbusters is more of a don't get me wrong, I watched those as a kid. Second one, we don't talk about that. in my
No, no,
opinion.
no, no, no. We're gonna pause right there. We do talk
No,
about the second one
we're not
because
going to
the
talk about the
second
second
one is
one.
dope.
We're
The
not.
second
No,
one is
it's
dope.
not. It's not.
It is. It is.
I don't know about
But
that.
Ghost,
Uh,
bro, Vigo. We're
Vigo was
definitely
an
gonna
old man.
fight about that because that movie was dope. It got Bobby Brown. It got Bobby Brown on the soundtrack, bro.
I don't even know who
Come
that
on,
is.
man. You don't know who Bobby Brown. Let's go ahead and move forward. Let's go ahead and move forward.
No.
Let's go ahead and go to the
Real
next
quick.
topic.
Real quick. I think, and this is just based off of what we've seen in the trailers. I don't be disappointed if they bring back the villains from the first movie and we see a rehash.
That's exactly what they're doing. Gozer is from the first one.
So you're gonna
The
so let me get this straight. You're gonna be okay with that when it's basically what Star Wars Force Awakens did.
yes,
Then again, I
because I'm
can't say that.
hoping
I can't say that. I loved Force Awakens, and I know blatantly that it was a remake, basically from New Hope.
exactly. So
Let's
so
move
I'm
on.
hope I'm hoping. No. First off, before moving on, I hope Ghostbusters is going to be, even if it is like a remake of the first movie using like the same thing. I hope they like learn something from the Force Awakens and make the Ghostbuster movies like way better. Like
And also learned something from the SNL skit that had all female Ghostbusters on it. Uh,
exactly.
Next up, same day as Ghostbusters, King Richard.
You gonna see that?
So knowing that it's not going to be in a uh, bigger format, that might be one I just watch from home.
Fair enough.
That and it
I was
looks
about
like
to.
something good. And because I'm going down to my grandparents for Thanksgiving, I figured that'd be something that maybe my grandmother would want to watch, and she's just not really
Right,
comfortable going to the theaters right now. So I'm like, here's something we could watch at in our own home.
right. Is that a Warner
That
Brothers
and
movie?
yeah, HBO Max.
Oh yeah, I'll definitely say watch that at our house, bro.
Yeah. Then like I said, Encanto and Resident Evil, which both are like capping the end of because get this, there's not a movie coming out between November 24th and December 10th.
Spider Man.
No, there's no movie between November 24th and December 10th. Resident Evil is the last movie of November. West Side Story is the first movie of December.
No. As soon as you said December, the only thing I thought about was Spider Man. Like I don't care about anything else that come out in December. All I'm thinking about is Spider Man.
Okay. I love Spider-Man as much as you, but Matrix 4.
Ah, ah. I'm looking more forward to Spider Man than Matrix. So we're
I'll give you that.
partial. We're partial here. So with me in November, I'm looking forward to Ghostbusters, and you're looking forward to Eternals. So in December, you're looking forward to the Matrix. I'm looking forward to Spider Man.
I don't get to pick favorites. I want equally looking forward to both of those films. I can't be of
Fair,
one mind.
fair,
We're movie people. We can't just
fair.
say one movie and go, I can't wait to see
All
that
right, let's
next
do
month.
this. Let's do this. Just for the sake of argument. For the sake of argument. So we got November. Do you got if you can only watch one movie, or if you pick one movie to exist in November, would it be Eternals or Ghostbusters?
This is gonna sound kind of bad, but I actually would pick Resident Evil.
Wait. Okay, so wait. Pause. That's a wild card. So in November, between Eternals, Ghostbusters, and Resident Evil, you saying you'll pick Resident Evil?
Those movies are my guilty pleasures. They're not good films by any means, but I do like watching them. So, you know, it's probably not gonna be a great movie, but I'm definitely excited to see what they do with it.
Fair enough. Out of those three, I would definitely pick Ghostbusters. Y'all already know that. So
Probably a
December,
good pick.
December. So December. So if you only could pick one and only one movie in existence, would you pick The Matrix or Spider Man?
The Matrix.
Man, stop, bro. Stop, bro.
No, no.
You know
Listen,
what? I
listen.
don't believe you at
I'll
all.
give you no. I'll give you a reason
I
for
don't
it.
believe you at all.
Let me give you a reason for it. Spider-Man has a lot of room for me to get disappointed by it. Matrix for me, I don't really see too much disappointment. I'm just excited to see a new Matrix movie.
Fair,
There's less disappointment that I can experience with the Matrix compared to the hype that I have for Spider-Man. That will disappoint me
fair.
if anything doesn't. As much as I hate to say I won't get disappointed, I will if something doesn't show up that I want.
That's fair.
Yeah.
But
But
I'm gonna oppose you. I'm gonna go with Spider Man. I'll drop Eternals because I kind of already see where they are. They haven't helped the MCU out now because they was only concerned with the deviants. So what the fuck do we need them for? So okay, they got Eternals, and then with December, I'll definitely go with Spider. Okay, I'll take it back. I already told you, I'm more excited about the end credit scene of Eternals. So I want to see what that does leading up to Spider Man. Because in December, Spider Man is going to be my choice instead of the Matrix. I will see Spider Man over the Matrix.
that's fair. Um, getting kind of not that it's off topic, but we're gonna get back to like the Netflix's Cowboy Bebop because that's where we were gonna go to next.
Oh
That
yes,
trailer.
oh
Oh
yes,
my goodness.
oh
Having
yes.
watched the animated series now, I cannot wait to see this. Absolutely can't.
I'll say
It's
this. Go ahead.
oh my I honestly didn't know where I was gonna go with that, so
I'll say this. I'm not going to claim to be a Cowboy Bebop stan. Like I got into, I didn't really even. I'll say I didn't even get into Cowboy Bebop. So I was working at Circus City. That's how old I am. Circus City
oh
doesn't
my goodness,
exist
I
anymore.
forgot about that
Don't
place.
do that, bro. Don't do that, bro. Don't do that. Don't
I
do that.
remember that, but I forgot about that place.
Don't do that. I'm
It's
that
not your
old.
fault. It's not your fault that they just went bankrupt because of Best Buy.
Fair. So I'm that old. I worked at Circus City and I saw a box set for Cowboy Bebop. Now, mind you, at the time, I had no idea what Cowboy Bebop was. So I'm at home, and this is like the hype of DVD. Blu-ray wasn't even out yet. And I got Cowboy Bebop. So I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to watch. So I put Cowboy Bebop in. And the bro, listen, like from that point and the bass guitar, bro, listen, like I was immediately hooked on Cowboy Bebop. And when I found out that Netflix was doing a live action show of Cowboy Bebop, I was like, Netflix? Live action?
Animated
This
that's
is
anime that's live action? Oh no.
right. Right. I'm like, this is gonna be garbage. But then just like Jordan, when I saw the trailer, even the little snippets they like did up into the trailer, I'm like, bro, like this is almost like a direct depiction of Cowboy Bebop.
So this is gonna sound really really dumb. Like, I mean, the way I got into Cowboy Bebop is probably one of the dumbest things that a millennial could possibly say. So there's a TikTok that I shared with Chantel the other day
Yep.
where it's this dude in sweats tripping over something, like just tripping, and literally starting the like using parts of his body to like, or I guess it was his ass, uh, basically using them
Yes.
as instruments to the theme. I was like, that's a really cool theme. What is that? And I didn't know what it was or nothing. Then I started looking into it. I found the soundtrack for Cowboy Bebop. Like, oh, that's kind of rad. Started looking into that. Heard they were making a Cowboy Bebop TV show. It's like, you know what? I should watch that. I should watch that show. And then I did after like 3 months later. And I'm like, this is one of the greatest shows I've ever watched,
It is
arguably.
dope.
And now I
I,
can't wait.
I legit didn't want it to end. When I watched it, I didn't want it to end, like at all. So having it in live action, and I feel like the characters, the actors, John Cho, like Alana, like I feel like everybody that they chose to be in the live action joint is going to be dope.
Oh my god, I did not realize that that name sounded so familiar. Bro, you know the guy
Yes,
playing Jet Black?
yes,
He was
uh huh.
Bushmaster in Marvel's Luke Cage.
Yep, and Luke Cage, like yes, the one that
Oh,
yeah, the more or less I would say the quote unquote villain in
it's
Luke Cage.
because it's because of the beard. The beard threw me off. Seeing him without a beard, I'm like, that's the guy from Luke Cage.
Yep, that's
A show that's
exactly who he is,
criminally
bro.
underrated.
I enjoyed it, but yeah,
I don't
this is
recognize the woman that plays Julia though. Like I see some of the stuff
um
that she's in, but I couldn't tell you that I mean she was in Agents of Shield, but I couldn't tell you face to that. By the way, um speaking of like animated live action stuff, they are bringing back the animate like so there's a Japanese version, or I guess it's the original version with subtitles for the show. The actors who voiced the like Japanese version are doing the sub, like they're gonna do the subbed
yep,
over version of
so
it,
yep,
which from what I've
super
heard
dope,
from Squid Game, over to English does not work very well
right,
in live action. But who knows? Maybe they are better at it than a show that wasn't really something with this much on the line should not should be more, controlled.
right.
But I think
I
the
don't know how
cast
they're
looks
gonna.
great.
I don't know how they're gonna do it. I feel like where they dropped the ball at with Squid Game, and this is off topic, but it's definitely a bunch of controversy over the original language in Squid Game and the dub version. I just feel like with Netflix, I would assume being the producer, like they dropped the ball with doing the sub version versus the original version. They should have made it true to what they were saying. So I feel like with Cowboy Bebop, I don't know how quick they did the whole like thing. If they had enough time to fix everything as far as Squid Game when that came out, if they fixed the sub and dub version, it should be dope because Cowboy Bebop is like to me like way better than Squid Game.
Now I'm gonna put this out here. The guy who directed the Cowboy Bebop animated series is serving as a consultant on the live action adaptation.
Of course,
He's very
not to
involved in it.
mention I don't know her name. I don't know the group name, but they got the jazz players from the anime is the same jazz players that's going to be on the live action joint. And I don't want to just say the jazz players, so let me find out who they are.
Oh, this is awesome. So they said that this is going to be an expansion to the canon. It's not just going to redo the entire anime. It's going to be an expansion of it, and will
Which
add
is
things to
dope.
the mythos. Which is
That is dope.
we got under the skin of who the live action characters were going to be. He adds some guy that's involved with it. Um, Basically, they're going to answer some of the questions that the anime leaves you with.
Dope.
That's awesome. I hope it does
I
well,
will
so that
hope
way we
so.
get a second season. Because I mean, there's 26 episodes, and there's only 10 episodes of this. So, and honestly, I feel like these are going to be like 40-minute episodes instead of like 22 minutes. So we'll get to see stuff kind of play out a little bit slower.
Right.
I
I'm
cannot wait for this though.
Me either, bro. It's like what, like coming up like next week, right?
November 19th, but for us, maybe a couple days early for the first two.
Right.
Now, here's a question I'm going to ask you. I'm going to put it out there for you. Are you going, after watching the first two episodes, are you going to watch the first two episodes again when it actually comes out a couple days later?
Of course. Of course.
I'm
This this
probably going to end up doing that.
this is what we do. I'm gonna watch it early. And honestly, between me and you, I don't think we should do well, maybe. I'll
Well,
say
let me put it
this. I'll
this
say
way.
this.
we cannot do a podcast episode on the first two episodes before the rest of it drops. There is a thing within the contract that we agreed to on the
Ah,
website that basically says it's a basic NDA of you're not allowed to talk about the stuff before it comes out.
right. And that's what I was going to say. I definitely don't want to spoil it for anybody else. So
I
we're
think
definitely
I'm going to say we are probably not going to do an episode of uh we'll probably do a review of it on this one because the other one we're going to do more for just movies, the other podcast. But we probably will wait about a week or two beforehand just so people can watch it.
right because we definitely want you guys to enjoy it.
Yeah, we'll probably end up recording an episode the week after Thanksgiving because I'm going to be out of town and I'm sure you'll be pretty busy too.
Absolutely, I'll be with my family.
Yep. Just
I just I just think it's dope, bro, that we was watching the live stream on YouTube for the early access to the first two episodes of the live action Cowboy Bebop.
also I know a lot of people who are having issues with Faye and the way that she is, like the actress and the way that they're having her character. I'm going to put it out there for some people and I'm going to say as nicely as possible. We don't need to see her boobs out the entire thing. That outfit is not something that is practical in the real world. Get over it.
Wait a minute, so people are upset about that?
Oh yeah, no, people are upset because her outfit's not as revealing as the anime.
Bro, we live in 2021. Like, get over it, more or less.
Um, yeah, no, people also just don't like the. Okay, here's the backlash for Faye Valentine, and then this thing says it's absurd that there's a backlash at all. All
Right.
right, the controversy began when they released the first still photos of Netflix's Cowboy Bebop in costume of the cast. Um, the number of predictable complaints regarding woke casting, including Korean American John Cho, instead of fan favorite Keanu Reeves. Excuse me, what? No. Who was linked to a Cowboy Bebop movie at one point. A dark skin playing Jet Black. Get over it. And who is a lighter skinned black man in an original anime. So what? But all of
Right.
it, black is black. Am I right? It does
Right.
not matter
Exactly.
the shade.
Right.
We're not in some 50 shades of black.
Right. I don't see
But
why anybody is mad about Jack at all.
most people did not like the costume of Faye Valentine because it was far more realistic and conservative than the hot pants, harness, and halter top that was worn by Faye in the animated series. They also complained that she was too short, too flat chested, and not skinny enough to play Valentine.
Man,
Anime proportions.
again. I mean, we're in the Western Hemisphere, so I don't see why we're upset about that. Maybe
Now, she actually did respond to people who said that. She responded with an ironic apology on her Instagram, saying sarcastically that she was only cast in the role after the producers failed to find an actress who was 6 feet tall, with double D breasts and a 2-inch waist.
all right, okay. Again, I'm gonna get on my soapbox, and you guys can kiss my ass. But I legitimately hate that she even had to publicly apologize for a role that she got to portray above however many other women that was in the running to play this character. Like she actually beat out everybody. And
She also
the
she also said something else that was kind of funny.
go ahead.
She also apologized to the failure of her Faye Valentine costume to be skimpy enough to satisfy fans' expectations, claiming she originally tried doing the stunt work her role required while wearing a screen-accurate suit, only for the tiny costume to be slurped up in my various crevices, never to be retrieved again. And I gotta be honest with you, this is also something funny. That mock apology she made is pretty much pitch perfect for the character of Faye Valentine.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And again, that's what I love about her because we shouldn't be anywhere to where somebody like try to talk bad about you. I'm definitely not for bullying. So I just hated that people of high stature or whatever, they got to watch what they say. Like, she's a character in a live action film, movie, series. Like, leave her alone, bro.
Also, the way she acted in the TV trailer or the trailers and stuff, um, she's gonna do a great job. I feel
I,
like.
I I feel like all of them are going to do a great job because some people had an issue with John Cho. They were saying that he
Yeah,
was too old. Like,
I thought people
now,
were saying
now,
he's too short.
too old and too short. Now, picture this though. Picture if he wasn't an Asian person. Like, what if it was like a Caucasian person? Like, imagine
Well,
the
that would.
backlash from that.
Oof. I mean,
Right? Like,
Keanu Reeves is Caucasian, pretty much.
right. Imagine the backlash from that though. Like, I feel like the people who watch live action, I would say, they have an issue. Look, honestly, bro, what I'm getting into is this. I made a Facebook post a couple of days ago. I don't know if this is off topic, but Hermione from the Harry Potter series, Hermione in the movies is a Caucasian
Hmm.
woman, and she's supposed to be an African American woman,
Was
and
she?
she legit was. Like look it up. But
Oh,
yeah, she. You say what?
you want me to look it up now?
No, I mean it's up to you. But I know what I'm talking about. But yeah, she was supposed to be African American. She's supposed to be a brown skinned, dark skinned woman in the movie, in the book. Like, I people get so offensive when it's either a gender swap or a black person or a Caucasian person or whatever you wanted to make it out to be. But like, again, just getting back on topic with Cowboy Bebop, I feel like the characters in here are perfect. Even the puppy is even perfect. The corgi.
Fine. So get this, since we were briefly talking about people that were supposed to be black but aren't. Um, Lavender Brown from the Harry Potter movies, who played Ron's girlfriend in the sixth film, was originally going to be black, but they changed her to a white actress so that she could play his girlfriend.
See,
That's some dumb shit right there.
right?
By the way,
But even
well, okay, go ahead.
oh no, you go ahead.
The actress who's playing Faye Valentine, she was in Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom and is going to be in Jurassic World Dominion.
Oh wow, really?
Yeah, she's also American and Hispanic.
Oh, I bet everybody hate that.
Oh, oh, I know who she is now. Oh my goodness. Not because of those. She was in a show called The Originals, which was like based off of like a spin-off of Vampire Diaries. Don't ask why I watched that. It doesn't
Why do you
matter.
watch that?
Uh Women. Um who were I was interested in at the time. But Originals is a really good show. She played a witch in that show that was phenomenal. So now I can't wait even more now that I know that she was in that. Because she did a great job. But yeah, I was gonna say, what were you gonna say?
Oh no, I was going to say that like J.K. Rowling, like I'm just on my soapbox again. J.K. Rowling, the author of the Harry Potter, creator of Harry Potter, stated that Hermione was supposed to be black.
All right. I'm gonna put a I'm gonna quick warning to anyone who's still listening to this. The next segment we're going into, and I'm gonna probably ask you before I even go into this segment either, might be filled with things that you either don't believe, don't want to hear, or you just rather not. You'd rather go into a movie completely blind without any knowledge whatsoever. But for me, I'm somebody who unfortunately has no way of stopping the information that I'm about to put out there that I've been reading
Right.
about Spider-Man.
Let's
Do
go.
you want to? Okay. So, Twitter, the leaks of things that you can't tell are fake or real for this new movie because they refused to release the trailer, the second
Hmm.
one. It's not like they learned anything from the last one where it was leaked out and then put out.
Hmm.
Um, Most likely will be coming out maybe the week of Ghostbusters coming out because it's a Sony movie. Also, Morbius supposedly is going to have its second trailer come out on Tuesday
Mm.
and will include a Venom reference in it.
And in the Morbius trailer?
Yeah. Well, they got to get some way to get people to go watch that movie since there's no interest in it whatsoever.
Right. It's been pushed back so many times.
Yeah, it's coming out in the dead zone of movies
I
release
mean,
dates.
I'm still going to see it. You know, I say I'm still going to see it all the time. I'm still going
Well,
to go see
same,
it.
same. Um, but the leaks are becoming so tediously out there. But but they've released 2 leaked photos today that could not have been taken anywhere else other than the actual film sets. It's impossible to Photoshop what I've seen here.
Hmm.
There's a rack on like where they have the costumes of all 3 Spider-Man outfits together, which
Yeah, I saw
which
that.
which which could be fake, or Sony by doing so terrible of a job at marketing is the ones actually leaking it, making the most ingenious marketing of all time to have a movie be widely discussed almost every day and almost number one trending every single day on Twitter. I don't believe Sony's smart enough to do that. I believe Marvel is.
Of course.
And they have released concept art that is official concept art and a stunt double wearing the upgraded and new Green Goblin suit for the new movie.
Oh, is that the one with the scarf around his neck?
Oh no, sir. I'm about to send it through the general chat so you can see what the concept art of it is.
Let me see.
And then
Oh
I'm
no.
gonna
Am I looking at the right thing? Let me see.
and then this is what the outfit looks like with the stunt double. Now, I will say they did
No.
say listen here. They did say that the goggles are only going to be a temporary thing for now. Like the first 2 acts is going to be goggles. He's going to have the full mask by the end of the movie.
I think they appling us, bro.
Hmm?
I think they appling us.
I mean, Apple in this.
Okay, so I'm an Apple fan. So I don't know how many of our listeners are Apple fans, but when the iPhone 4 came out, it was a leak about the iPhone 4 and like the way the iPhone 4 looked. And I feel like this is with all companies. They leak their own stuff, right? And then they get like a crowd reaction. And if the crowd reaction is like, yeah, we like this, then they'll lean in that direction. But then if like everybody's like, oh no, why are they doing this? Then they're like kind of go back to the drawing board. So to me, this right here legitimately looked like to me that like they're leaking this to see what everybody's gonna say about this new costume. And if everybody be like, "Oh my god, we hate this," then they're gonna go back. You know, what I mean, like to the original costume that it was. But if everybody's like, "Oh my god, I love the direction that they're going," then they might go in this way. Like, but I'll tell you this first and foremost. I don't know if you're gonna post this anywhere, Jordan, but me looking at this, I don't like it.
No?
I don't like it at all. Goggles or not, I don't like it.
Okay, let's see here.
Even
There
even if
is
William even if William Defoe comes back, I still wouldn't like him in this in this outfit. I expect
okay.
more from I expect more from the MCU.
Okay, well, let me see what you think about this one. This one shows a bit of a different design on the left hand side. Like these are different designs that they've decided on. I think the left hand one is probably the one they're going to go with. The most left hand on this picture.
I'm looking now. No, even with the one on the left hand side. Okay, 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 okay. I'll say this. I'll say this because Doc Ock from his version of Spider Man is pretty much looking the same way, of course, but they de-aged him, right?
Yeah.
So if they do the one on the left, it's kind of an upgrade. And I'm still not biased because I know these movies are based off of the comic books. So this is like real world functioning, like suits and stuff like this. But again, I still don't like it. The one that you showed me when we was at the movies, me and you, with the like the same way he looked in the Spider Verse that he was from, and he had like the purple scarf around his neck. I would much rather like that than anything that you're showing me right now.
Right. Really?
Super really, because again, I feel like the MCU with their characters and the real world type like suits have been the best in the industry. So
Well,
I
okay,
under
so I don't need them to completely get rid of the Sam Raimi costume. As much as we shit on that costume, it would maybe add some upgrades to it to make it look more comic accurate without actually changing the suit itself.
okay. So the way I see it is this. Um, and again, you guys may like make fun of me or whatever, but Do you remember the Edward Norton Hulk movie?
Yeah,
Do you remember when they made the Thinker when like he hit his head and a bit of um Bruce Banner's blood like dropped on him and his head started getting bigger?
right.
To
And then they
me,
cut it.
right. So the way they made him, like again, like everything is form fitting and real world type things. Like even in when they introduced Spider Man, like his eyes had like the little mechanical contracting things to show like the different expressions of our eyes. Like I feel like even though they're going to use the Sam Raimi's version of Green Goblin, I would say have, if nothing else, at least the mask, but a little bit different to where it's kind of like form fitting to where some Tony Stark, for instance, like when you show me Doc Ock, his arms kind of had like Stark take on it. Like say for instance, his mask had like kind of the Stark take on it, to where it kind of like really forms to his face to really look like Green Goblin, as opposed to
Oh,
me.
hold up. Are you trying to tell me what if what if this goblin gets his hands on Stark nanotech and that's how he's able to have the mask come on and off?
Right, like exactly.
So I'm gonna put it out there. If any of the set photos that I've seen before the trailer came out, before we saw any of this, there was a set photo of Jamie Foxx, a picture of Doc Ock before his arms were like visualized, and then Norman Osborn or William Defoe, uh, and he looks old. So, and obviously, if he's getting pulled out of the time where he had died, that means he's been in the MCU for a while, or he who knows how. Point being, he's not going to be the same age he was then, which means if he has been in here for a while and just depowered, maybe he's been biding his time or he killed the original Norman, but I'm not going to go with that theory.
Right. I don't know. I don't know. I just
Spider
love.
Man is going to, it's going to, dude, who knows what Spider Man's going to do? It's going to blow up the Marvel Universe. And to think, we have freaking Doctor Strange 2 which is going to be probably just as, if not more insane than this movie, and it comes out 5 months later. Our brains are still going to be reeling in the fact of the aftermath of Spider-Man No Way Home.
Right. And that's, to be quite honest, if Spider-Man No Way Home is a really good movie. Because we haven't even talked about that. Like, what if we're so hyped about Spider-Man No Way Home and
And then we
it just
disappointed.
right? It's just a dumbass movie.
I hope not. Although, technically speaking, currently Eternals is not doing so hot. It's the lowest rated movie of all MCU films, even lower than Thor: The Dark World
That's the
currently.
reason why that's the reason why I said I'll choose Ghostbusters. Because even though to be quite honest, like Eternals is like the next big thing, I would definitely take Eternals over Shang-Chi. Because you already know how I feel about Shang-Chi. You like that you like Shang-Chi, but I really didn't like it. But
I
even
feel like,
even with
have you thought about giving it another chance when it comes out on Disney Plus?
of course. And I know you're gonna get it as well. So when you
Oh
get it,
yeah.
I'll watch it again. But I mean, I don't know if that's gonna sway me in a different direction. I just feel like Shang-Chi was like a filler. Okay, so I'll take it back. I don't feel like Shang-Chi was a filler. I just feel like Shang-Chi could have been better than what it was. And in turn saying, I feel like they put that movie out to be like, okay, we're still here. Here's Shang-Chi. Like,
By the way, Kevin Feige did an interview the other day, and he's warning fans uh that may be disappointed with the new Spider-Man movie.
nah, he trolling.
I don't know. I
He
mean,
trolling.
I'm more worried about the fact that Tom Holland is talking about how this is his last movie and he doesn't know if there's another contract or not. Like this could be.
Nah,
He did. I will say, Kevin Feige did say there will not be another freak out where Sony and them split. Probably because they're
yeah,
about to get up to. He's probably saying that because they're about to uh, flop down a bunch of cash on him and go, give us our
right.
property back, you
Give us our
bitch.
shit back. Right. But of course, there, bro. Spider-Man, No Way Home is too high build for it to be a garbage movie. I'm only saying like hypothetically, like what if it's a garbage movie? But no, this is gonna be like a pinnacle of everybody's saying that Eternals is gonna be like a pinnacle of the MCU. I feel like Spider-Man is gonna be a pinnacle of the MCU. I feel like Eternals is gonna kind of like okay, so they should not have released Shang-Chi, right? In my opinion, they should not have released Shang-Chi and then release Eternals. Because even with the trailer of Eternals, I can already see the production of Eternals is way better than Shang-Chi. So they should not have pushed Shang-Chi out, let Eternals come out, and try to kind of like go into Spider-Man No Way Home. But I feel like Spider-Man No Way Home is going to be a more turning point to get to the whole Wanda vision, like what she did, what she was doing. It's already speculated that in Spider-Man No Way Home, Doctor Strange is already under Wanda's spell and all this other stuff. So like again, Shang-Chi shouldn't have came out. I feel like Eternals should have been like that movie that like held us over until Spider-Man came out. And then boom, Spider-Man opens up the new phase of the MCU. But I mean, like, who knows at this point?
I will say this. I do think they should have put a movie in between Doctor Strange and Spider-Man No Way Home that isn't as high stakes.
Like what?
Like, hey, let's put Shang. Well, hmm,
Shang-Chi, Shang-Chi,
yeah.
Shang-Chi. And see,
Well,
and,
here's the
and they could have
problem.
pushed
Well, you know what? You know what? If he ends up being in Doctor Strange 2, which is a rumor at this point, that would have been a good way to be like in an intro, like, here we go. Now we're segueing into Doctor Strange.
right.
That being
I,
said, that movie has made $422 million without China.
What, Shang-Chi?
Yeah, it has grossed more money than Black Widow, which is not a surprise.
Yeah, that's not a surprise at all because I
Also,
mean,
they are planning on filming the sequel starting early 2023.
for Shang-Chi.
Yeah,
I mean, I ride with you though. I ride with you though. Shang-Chi should have been in between Spider-Man No Way Home and Doctor Strange too.
I mean, to be fair,
Because
we're getting Morbius in between Spider-Man and
but
Doctor Strange.
but technically though, Morbius isn't in the MCU though. Even even
That we
even if
know
they
of.
even if they got not Craven, but even if they got Michael Keaton, what the fuck is his fucking villain name? The Vulture. Even if they
Yeah,
got the Vulture and Morbius, I still don't see that as an MCU movie. I never, man, it's so much stuff to talk about. But either way, no, Morbius, cut that out. So I would legitimately say instead of bringing out Shang Chi in the movie theater when they did, it should have been more Disney Plus movies. And then Eternals come out, and then Spider Man come out, and then Shang Chi come out, and then Multiverse of Madness. Because if Shang Chi, if they would have gave more production time and more money to Shang Chi could have been a way better movie than what it was, man.
possibly. By the way, do you remember back in the early days of the MCU how they would come out with the Blu-rays and they had these Marvel one shots, but they're like
Hmm.
short films? Well, apparently they're planning on starting to do that again.
With what?
I don't know. All I know is I heard they were going to start doing that again, like releasing these one shots with these movies.
Uh,
Like not like to put it on like Blu-ray or maybe even Disney Plus.
I'm about to say what is going to go to Disney Plus.
Maybe. By the way, I'm so dumb. We completely missed something. Uh oh wait, was it this Jesus Christ. Was it this episode that we're doing right now that we talked about all the stuff coming out in November, or was it? Yeah, it was this one, wasn't it?
Yep.
We forgot we completely forgot to mention the first two episodes of Hawkeye come out on the 24th.
Oh, that's right. The next joint on Disney Plus.
Yeah, I saw a TV spot for it earlier tonight.
Yeah, it has been a hiatus on that. I'm looking forward to She-Hulk. I'm not too excited about the Hulk series. I mean, not the Hulk. About Hawkeye. I'm not. But I don't know. Maybe they might surprise me.
I mean,
But
it could have Kingpin in it. Just
it,
saying.
it. All right. I will say this. Of course, you know how we do. I'm gonna watch it. But if they have Kingpin in it, that's gonna be like way better for me. But I mean, it's like a Hawkeye show.
Okay, so I'm reading this article, and I don't know if I don't remember his first name, but his last name's like De Esposito or Cito.
Esposito.
Yeah.
Esposito.
So in the book that I bought like yesterday, I haven't read it yet. In that
Hmm.
book, they're interviewing him, and he's talking about the one shots, and he said it's just finding the time, and I have a couple earmarked that I want to do, kind of like backlog of ideas, like maybe a one shot film with Howard the Duck and the dog Cosmos, um,
Yep.
or a one shot with Michael Pena as Luis. Maybe explaining the entire MCU,
Right.
which they have done. They just don't have it. Like they didn't film it, or they did film it, but it wasn't something that was being released to us.
Of course.
Also, like other short films were like Team Daryl, Team Thor Part Two, Spider-Man Far From Home tie-in, Spider's to-do list.
Right.
But yeah, this dude, we never seem to run short of things to talk about with the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and I don't
Of
feel like
course.
it's not gonna end much at all.
Of course not, bro. Like, I mean, this is a podcast. I mean, we could talk about this stuff for weeks.
I know it's almost as it's why I'm glad we're doing Cinema Theorists, because it's not otherwise my Cinema on the Rocks would just be called Spider-Man the podcast or MCU the podcast.
Right, man. We just get on here and we talk, man. We just passionate about this. So
Uh, I do hope that this Spider-Man movie ends up as much of it that is packed in as what we think there is. I really hope that um I really hope that it ends up being a long movie to be able
for
to fit
sure.
all this stuff in.
I just hope I just hope the pace of the movie is good and the reason why they bringing in everybody is good and it just makes sense. Like if yeah, I mean this is MCU plus Sony. I just don't want this to be Spider-Man 3 and the what is it the Tobey Maguire movies. I hope this is not Spider-Man 3 because we've already seen in the MCU to where you can have multiple characters in the movie, almost up to like 36 characters in one movie. So hopefully Spider-Man No Way Home, with it being speculated that the Sinister Six is gonna be in here and the Spider-Mans from the other Spider-Verses. If I would say if MCU and MCU and Sony pull this off correctly, then it's gonna explode everything. Because, like I say, with Avengers, especially Endgame and Infinity War, with all those characters, if anybody can do it, the MCU can do it. I just hope Sony play ball.
Okay. There was something that I was thinking about while you were talking about that I completely forgot to bring up. And if this is true, oh my gosh, this is going to be like almost a not rerun, but like a cool thing to have with this movie. There has been pictures of set photos from certain parts, like different like behind the scenes set photos of this movie, and people are pointing out things on these set photos. I'm trying to look for them, but like they're like, "Hey, that in the background there where he's standing looks like the basement of Amazing Spider-Man's Peter Parker's house, and he's standing on what looks like remnants of the um blown up laboratory thing from the Raimi Spider-Man 2. Like, what if these worlds are colliding? That would be pretty dope, but it would also remind me a lot about um shit. Would remind me a lot about the Into the Spider-Verse, which is not a bad comparison, honestly.
Not at all. Not at all.
Like I would be completely okay with that. Okay, I know this is out of left field, but considering the insanity that is this movie so far, what would you feel like if um what would you feel like one of the credit scenes ends up being Miles Morales showing up?
Super stoked because they already set that up with his uncle being in there and what was it, the first Spider-Man movie?
Oh, that's the uh yeah, but I don't know if his uncle. Oh, right, yeah. And he could have survived the blip and just aged up.
Right, the Prowler. Right. I think it'll be dope. But again, what that might be the MCU way of getting rid of Sony because Sony doesn't have the rights to Miles Morales, right?
They have the rights to every character in the Spider-Man thing.
Oh my God.
But here's
Well,
the thing
I
though,
was
I don't
thinking,
know. I don't well, if that one person wins their legal battle, no one will have rights to him anymore.
jeez.
But they'd be stupid. Well, one, it's not going to happen because, um, considering the fact that why would they do that when they could just reach a settlement where they make money off of it, or two, like it's kind of dumb if they do that. Also, two, they're not going to win a legal battle; they're just going to get a settlement.
Right.
But it's what a time to be alive.
I agree, bro.
We're
I
all
agree.
trying to ignore the shittiness that is our country at the moment and focusing on
Pandemics.
leaking out, well, pandemics, political stuff. and we're just trying to focus on leaking out a Spider-Man trailer.
Right.
It's some crazy stuff, bro.
Right.
Mm.
If only everybody worries was the trailer for Spider-Man, like the whole world would be better.
I'm gonna put it out there for you, audience. If any of you listening are the people that are going on Sony's page, disliking these videos, or if you're one of the people who is anonymously leaking stuff, the movie's going to be out in less than 50 days. We will get a second trailer. They're not going to not do that. They're not that stupid. Please stop. Like, we don't need to leak anything else. Leaking it's not going to make them deliver the trailer any quicker.
It's just
And
going to spoil it for everybody else.
and honestly, as much as I like seeing this new stuff, I'm tired of seeing the leaks, and I have no way to just turn off all of it without turning off all my social media altogether. And
Right.
I can't really afford to do that. So like, please stop. I'm also tired of getting Twitter notifications every 2 hours about some one subscriber or one follower like troll Twitter page talking about Spider-Man updates.
Right.
Just wait. Enjoy the movie when it comes out. Stop hyping up things, because if any of it becomes false or most of it becomes false, you are going to look like a bunch of dumbasses, and you're going to have the anger of a lot of people who believed you.
Right. I
That's
agree.
all I have to say to people. I get it. You're excited. I'm excited too, but like, let's tone it down a bit. It'll come when it comes.
Right.
But
That's
it's pretty much all I have to say about Spider-Man right now.
yeah. I mean, I can't wait for it.
But we're gonna go and get into the main meat of this podcast after what can only be described as a while, considering it's 2:20 in the morning. Marvel's Eternals. What you should know before watching it. So the Eternals are a race created by the Celestials, which we will get into here in a minute, that are sent to Earth to protect humanity from a different race called Deviants, which is something that was created by the Celestials as well, but they were the first variation that failed, like an experiment that failed. And so they're precursors to the Eternals. What this movie is going to be about, in a very brief, spoiler-less synopsis, the story is about the beings who have lived in secret on Earth for over 7,000 years, called the Eternals, following the events of Endgame, where they did absolutely dog shit nothing, because we had to detect, we only can go with the deviants, even though Thanos has technically got deviant genes in him.
Yep.
Couldn't be helped. Dumbass. Fucking shit. An unexpected tragedy forces these ancients out of the shadows to reunite against mankind's most dangerous and powerful enemy, the Deviants. Which, honestly, every time I think of that word, I hate to say it, and this is going to be somewhat adult, so if you have children listening, cover their ears. If you didn't already cover them when I just said the stupid shit I just said. Every time I think of deviants, I just think of sexual deviants, when was what they were called back in like the 50s and 60s.
Fair.
Both the
Fair.
deviants, so the deviants and the creators of the Celestials are both villains in the comics. In the MCU, so to speak, the deviants were created by the Celestials to hunt predators that prey on intelligent life on newly evolving worlds. But then they start to hunt the life as well. I guess just not intelligent life. So like, like Joe Biden. That's a joke,
Jesus.
kind of. We're not gonna get into it. Trump as well. There we go. We're on both sides now.
There we go.
So Celestials created the Eternals to kill the Deviants. Celestials created both races, and that the Eternals are basically just very advanced. Don't even know how to say that word. This is a terribly grammared article. They seed young
Spell
planets with a see. I think maybe it's controlled beings, but they have an I instead of an O. They seed young planets with a celestial egg that takes eons to mature. Huh. Well, I hope that's not true. Otherwise, I may have just accidentally spoiled something.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. Not many people are going to listen to this episode, and I'm going to forget, and you're probably going to forget beforehand.
I don't forgot already.
That's good. We didn't talk about. How many Eternals are there in the movie? There's 10 of them. So here's a breakdown of the major players of this film. We have Cersei, played by Gemma Chan. So the Asian one, the Asian lead actress, is people who are listening but can't really see what we're looking at. The one in the green outfit.
Hey, listen, I love the MCU. I love Marvel, but the only Cersei I know is the Cersei from Game of Thrones.
Hey, hopefully this one doesn't sleep with her brother.
Fair.
Much of the Eternal story centers on Cersei, who has the ability to manipulate non-sentient matter, so like inanimate objects. I don't know why they had to go so fancy with the words there. Unlike some of the Eternals, Cersei has a real love and respect for humanity. Man, she hasn't lived in the real world. And in the present day, she's working as a museum curator and dating a human. Oh my gosh, is it your brother? She
No,
also has.
it isn't. It isn't.
I'm. If you guys can't tell, I'm getting very sarcastic because I'm trying to interject some humor into this. It's not working out so hot, but I'm going to continue doing it because why not? It's also 2:00 in the morning.
Podcast. This is our podcast. If they don't laugh, they don't laugh.
She also has a long romantic history with another Eternal called Icarus, who we are now about to go into, played by Richard Madden, who is also Robb Stark of Game of Thrones.
From Game of Thrones.
Icarus is one of the most powerful Eternals, with the ability to fly and shoot beams of light from his eyes. If that's not Superman, I don't know what is.
Exactly. He's getting a lot of comparisons to Superman.
Well, I haven't watched any of the trailer stuff for it. The most recent stuff, I've only watched the trailer, not the TV spots. But apparently they actually reference Superman in the movie.
He's the one at the end of the original trailer where he like smashed the table and say like, "Is this made out of vibranium?" And then he say like, "Well, IKEA fall collection." Like, he's the one who smashed the table.
Yeah, apparently DC Comics actually is actually a real thing in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, but it's only as comics. Right. So Superman exists in the MCU, just not the character.
Right, not no real live action. It's just the comic book. Yeah,
we can only wish. But they need to figure out who they want to play their heroes before they do that. Icarus' life force is augmented by cosmic energy, and he has full mental control over his physical form and bodily processes. What? Guess what? We all have mental control over our bodily processes. What the fuck? Even when he's asleep or unconscious. As a result, he is immortal, immune to disease and aging, and invulnerable to conventional forms of injury. Boy, if only you could have stopped Thanos.
Right. But they can't, though.
We got Kingo. I don't think that's the right name. There's no way in hell that they have a guy in here named Kingo. Played by Kumail Nanjiani.
And everybody has been going crazy about like, and this was a while ago, but like the transformation that he did, like to get muscles and all the stuff that played like the character in the MCU. But I mean, shout outs to him though. Like he legitimately hit like the gym, and he definitely like a different person to me.
Yeah. He's separated from the other Eternals who prefer living under the radar. He follows this grammar sucks. Basically, he becomes a Bollywood action star after spending centuries in Japan, learning from samurai. Besides his power manipulating energy by hand, he's also known as one of the most skilled swordsmen on the planet. That would be cool to watch if they do the choreography right for that.
Right. From what I understand, like he's gonna have like cameras like following him since he's like in Bollywood or whatever.
I'm gonna be honest, that's gonna be pretty funny. watch.
It's another Game of Thrones actor in here, Kit Harington. He's supposed to be Black Knight.
We'll get to him in a minute. I'm going down through
Okay.
a list. We got Sprite. We got Sprite, who is also virtually immortal and doesn't age. Looks like a child, but is actually hundreds of thousands of years old. Okay, well that's... Oh, can create illusions. Wow. Levitate himself for others. Boy, this sounds crazy.
Yeah, she's the one in the trailer who said, if this is the end of the world, then we got like a front row seat.
Now, I will say, they did gender swap this character. It was originally a guy.
Yep.
We have Fastos, played by Brian Tyree Henry, who's a pretty good actor, who I think actually got into physical shape for this role too,
Okay.
and is one of the rarely Marvel Cinematic Universe confirmed gay heroes. And has his own family in human form. He has superhuman strength that allows him to lift nearly 25 tons. Jesus Christ, that's a lot. He can fly at nearly 900 kilometers an hour. I'm stupid. I have no idea what that is in miles per hour, so I'm
You said
assuming that's
what?
fast. 900 kilometers per hour.
Let's see what that is.
He can also create illusions, transform matter, and even teleport.
900 kilometers is 550. Well, might as well say 560 miles per hour.
Oh my gosh, he
For
could
you,
go almost as fast as a plane.
for you American listeners, everybody else, Canada, everybody else, kilometers, 900 miles per hour, I guess.
I was just gonna say everyone else can get fucked.
For sure. We go by miles here.
We go by miles here down in the south.
Nah.
No,
We
no,
love
we
we
love
love
everybody.
everybody. We love everybody.
You gotta understand, guys. It at the time of us recording this, it's like 2:30 in the morning, and I've worked all day, so I'm just letting loose.
Legit.
He uses a special hammer that generates bursts of unknown energy. Wow, he has a hammer. That's cool.
Sure.
With unknown energy bursts. That could be interesting if he, better drop the hammer. We got our first deaf superhero, Macari. I'm pretty
Yep.
sure that's not how I say that, but Macari, I guess is better. Played by Lauren Ridloff. I'm sorry if I said that wrong. You're
Butcher.
probably not going to be listening to this, and that's an edgy joke right there because the
Jordan the
person's
Butcher.
actually deaf, so
Oh
they're
my
not going to be listening
God.
to this.
Stop. Just stop. Just stop. Just go through the other characters.
Well, I have to say though, she is a very strong, speedy Eternal who can create cyclones by running in circles and climb walls and walk on water, and eventually accumulate or acclimates poisons from fatigue and is susceptible to injury. Oh, yeah, I don't understand that entire last sentence that I just said, but basically they did what they could to make it look different the way her speed is compared to the Flash. They wanted to make it differentiated,
Right.
We have Druid, played by Barry Keoghan, or I'm sorry, I'm butchering your names, but
Butcher.
yeah. Druid
Jordan the Butcher.
is one of the more powerful Eternals. In the 20th century, he was an agent of the KGB, which employed him to torture prisoners of war. Oh boy. When the celestial Zoran arrived in Polaria, the Siberian city, he tried to kill him, but was mortally wounded by his cousin Icarus. His remains were recovered by the Celestials. Wow. And okay, so this was in the comics. But
Yep.
it doesn't really say what his powers are, though. I guess he's just really good at Oh, I forgot. He's like mind control. He played a really weird character in The Green Knight that we'll never speak of.
Yeah, I didn't even watch the Green Knight, so I walked out.
I didn't, and I wish I had.
Yeah, I walked. Even though I had A list, I walked out of that movie. I
Listen,
had better shit to do.
you left before the really weird stuff happened.
Yeah, I had better shit to do.
Let's see here. We're gonna skip this one guy. Well, I'll just briefly go over him. Gilgamesh. I don't know the guy's name, but Don Lee. I don't know who he is. Extremely powerful and strongest warrior of the Eternals. His inhuman super strength makes him the strongest Eternal known, except for Thanos. His strength has been said or seen to rival that of Thor, Hercules, and Hulk. Oh,
Hmm.
that's crazy.
Okay,
We have
but it's
Ajax.
but
What?
is he gonna be nerfed? But is he gonna be nerfed in the movie though? Like they nerfed Hulk,
I'm gonna be honest with you. With this many people, and considering the fact that we haven't really seen, if we can see Icarus take on a deviant by his own, I'm not sure we needed 10 people.
right?
So I don't think they can nerf any of them because there's no reason to. We have
Yeah.
Ajax, played by some. I can't say that word right. Just do it for me.
What word? What's the word?
The woman from Hitman's Bodyguard. Is
Bruh.
it Salma Hayek?
Yeah, yeah, Silent Hyde.
Okay. Uh, who's Ajax, who is also a man in the comics. Is the
Yep.
captain of the comics, powerful leader who has the ability to heal and manipulate gravitons. Cool. Don't know what the fuck that means. I know the heal part. I'm not talking about the gravitons though.
For sure.
Um, let's see. The character is full of contradiction. She's the bridge between Eternals and the Celestials. Okay, well that's good. We got Thana, played by Angelina Jolie, Queen.
I'm gonna clap there. Angelina Jolie in an MCU movie. Everybody want to be in the Marvel universe.
She has a lot of the same powers as everybody else. I'm not even going to go through all of it. Her real power is a gifted intellect and has studied with the best human and eternal scholars throughout her lifetime. She is educated in numerous areas of eternal and human knowledge. And in the comics, she plays. I think she's I think she's the cousin of Thanos
Hmm.
in the comics.
I
Thanos
did
is
not know
actually
that.
okay. So Thanos is actually the son of two Eternals.
Yep.
Uh, he is he is an Eternal. However, he had deviant blood in him, which manifested, which gave him the appearance that not even his mother could love.
Yep.
I
Yep.
mean,
Yeah.
when you have a son that looks like Grimace with a ball sack on his chin, of course you're not going to love that.
Yeah. He was an
But
eternal
he's
born with a deviant gene.
the only one that is stronger than Thanos is Kronos, which I don't think we went over. But
We did
Kronos
not.
is the only one. I don't know. I don't even know if Kronos is in this one.
Nope.
Uh, well, damn. What's the point of having an Eternals movie without Kronos?
Yep. Athena, Icarus, Cersei, Phaedos, Sprite, Ajax, Kingo, and Gilgamesh, and Druid.
Right. Then we have Black Knight, played by Kit Harington. Can't wait to see what
from
he
Game
does
of
with that.
from Game of Thrones. I'll clap him up.
Yep. In the
From the
comics,
looks of it, though, but from the looks of it, though, I don't want to cut you off, but from the looks of the trailer, and I hope the trailer stay true to what it is. It doesn't look like Black Knight is going to legitimately be Black Knight in the movie, and if he does, I would assume he would become Black Knight like at the end of the movie because this is an Eternals movie,
I
but they're
think
just introducing Black Knight.
I think they're probably going to set him up, and then he'll be Black Knight in a different thing.
Yeah, I agree. I agree totally.
Imagine if he shows up in Moon Knight.
Oh, geez, no, 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 no. We're not going to say that.
I mean, it'd be
But
kind of
we will
funny. They're
say,
both knights.
you heard it here first. I legit think that Black Knight is going to be like set up to be Black Knight, or he's going to be Black Knight like at the end of the movie because he's even questioning even in the trailer, like you guys have already seen the trailer. Even in the trailer, he's like questioning one of the Eternals, like what is this and what is that type thing. So he's definitely not like the Black Knight just yet.
I'm also gonna put this out there. I think there's a character we may end up seeing in this movie that they don't have. I'm not
Who's that?
100% certain. I'm not 100% certain on it, but I would not be shocked if they do it. Star Fox.
Yeah. Star Fox is definitely going to be in the movie.
Now, do you know who Star Fox is in relation to Thanos?
No.
Star Fox is his brother.
Oh wow, really?
Yep.
Where the hell have I been,
His name is actually Eros of Titan.
bro? I typed in Thanos and Star Fox came up.
Yeah, I'm now wishing I hadn't looked at Star Fox on Wikipedia.
Yeah, he looked way different than Thanos. But yeah, Star Fox is definitely going to be in the Eternals movie though. He's played by Harry Styles. What? Oh my God, Harry Styles. I've heard that name before. What else did you play in, sir?
Well, he's in One Direction.
The group?
Yeah.
Oh, he was in Dunkirk.
Yeah.
Dunkirk was dope. Y'all should go see Dunkirk.
Yeah. Well, you
What?
should rent Dunkirk at this point.
He was in a lot of movies.
Yeah, he's been in a couple. Um, most of them One Direction.
For sure. Yeah, I see that too. But yeah, Star Fox is
Wait,
definitely going to be in the movie though. I don't know how
uh,
much like camera time he's going to get, but because we
something
definitely haven't
tells
seen
me
him in the trailers.
something tells me he's probably just going to be a cameo, like at the end.
Pause. Bill Skarsgård is in this movie.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, he is. I'm looking at it right now.
There's no way fucking way.
I'm looking at it right now.
Where are you looking at this at?
Eternals, 2021. I got Angelina Jolie. It goes all the way down the list,
Oh,
and it got Bill
oh,
Skarsgård.
he's playing the villain Crow.
Voiceover.
Yeah,
So he's
yeah.
Crow. Okay.
See,
All right.
I had heard that the person that was going to be voicing him was rumored to be Dan Stevens, who
Gotcha.
I don't know if you ever watched it. It was a show called, or was a movie called, or no, sorry, a show called Legion on FX.
Of course, I watched that show.
That was him.
I'll tell you this. This is a pause, but like my kids and everybody else, they always ask me like, "Hey, if you had a superpower, like what would your superpower be?" I always tell them that my power will be what Legion's power is, and Legion's power is damn near whatever he think of, and that's what he is. So yeah, I definitely know who Legion is. Legion is, for you guys who don't know, Professor X's son. So yeah, I'll be Legion.
I watched that series. I think only the first season. I couldn't even make it through that second season because it got, dude. The first season was so fucking weird.
Because it's Legion. Listen, again, I'm older than you. It was a Legion Quest comic book, bro. Like
Okay,
Legion.
we don't need to like we don't need to bring up the age gap again, but like it goes like I was excited for it. I even did like reviews on my channel for every episode and they were getting mad reviews or mad views and I stopped after a while, but I mean I have heard great things about the rest of what I didn't watch.
Yeah, Legion is dope, bro. Like Legion legit like went back in time like to try to kill Magneto, and it like set off the whole thing. But I mean, it's all comic books, but yeah.
Right, right. Um yeah, that's go see Eternals when it comes out
We're
if you
definitely
want
gonna
to.
go see it. As a matter of fact, what's today? The thirty
Today's
first.
Sunday the 31st.
So
We're going to be singing 5
we,
days,
I'm
4
about to
days.
say, yeah, 4 days away, bro. Are you excited?
I'm I am cautiously optimistic about it.
Fair enough. I'll say I'm excited enough, even though I said I'm ready to see Ghostbusters above Eternals. I just love the movie theater experience in general. So yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited for Thursday.
Um, while we're still talking about um, damn it, how do I spell development? Okay, here we go. There's been two movies that are being rumored to start development in 2023 that weren't even something that we were told about yet.
For the
I've
MCU,
heard I've heard circulations of Nova being a movie that's getting in development, like active development right now. That'll come out in at the end of 2023, and then
really?
the Thunderbolts, which we've
Yeah,
been hearing, but like it's been getting way more like now than it was before.
yeah. I was about to say both of those are definitely rumors.
But I know it would be nice to see like imagine Nova, right? Nova is basically like the last remaining survivor of the Star Core or Nova Core before their planet, like after their planet got destroyed. Well, their planet got destroyed in Infinity War, as far as we know. What if this movie does come out, we get to see that destruction at the beginning of the movie, and then fast forward to the present.
Yeah, that would be dope because
Be a good way to
they've
put
been
Thanos back in it without actually making him a major part.
right, and they've been like teasing Nova like the whole time.
I still okay. Who? Oh, hold up. There's someone that's going to be put in the new Guardians movie. I'm sorry, I'm going off track, but just it just popped in my head. So you know how Will Poulter got cast as Adam Warlock.
Yep, and I like
So
him like every day.
considering the fact that he is been announced this early, he has to be. They must be bringing him in to the They must be bringing him into the Guardians of the Galaxy holiday special beforehand.
Really, you think so?
Well, yeah, because James Gunn was talking about how the um God, my brain is starting to fizzle out. He said that they were going to introduce a new character that was going to be groundbreaking and a huge fan favorite character in the holiday special before the movie.
I don't. To be quite honest, bro, between me and you, I don't even see why they bringing in Adam Warlock at this point. They should have at least. I know they hinted at him in Guardians of the Galaxy 2, but they should have been brought Adam Warlock in because Adam
Well, I know you
Warlock.
don't like it.
It's not that I don't like it, but Adam Warlock had a super huge role in the Infinity Saga, like, and they bringing him in after the Infinity Saga. So I don't know what his significance is going to be in the MCU, but I mean, I guess James Gunn is trying to pay off the cocoon that they did in Guardians of the Galaxy 2, but I honestly don't see why they're bringing in Adam Warlock at this point.
Okay,
Unless
I was.
unless unless Galactus is coming in.
I mean, he probably will be. I mean, it's most likely going to happen. Okay, so another thing, that was a possible rumor. Well, not rumor. People are thinking they may introduce, if they're going to do a Nova movie, they'll introduce Nova into the Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special first,
That's
or
who I
Santa
think they're going to
Claus.
introduce. Oh my God, they better not do Santa Claus. Santa Claus is like
No, Santa Claus is going to make a mutant in the
I'm about to say,
comics.
yeah, he's like way too powerful to be in the MCU at this point.
Also, Secret Invasion might be the key to introducing the. They might be using that in order to do a stepping stone into the X-Men.
I hope so.
They're starting to film it now, by the way. Like Samuel Jackson's on he sent a picture on his like Instagram or something. He's like back to work and he's got the eye patch and the facial hair. He's like, I'm
Of
back
course he
on it.
would. Of course he would.
But yeah, I think I don't know if I got anything else left to say, to be honest.
Yeah, I think that's it.
Yeah, I think that's about it. I am reading one thing real quick though. Um, yeah, nope, that's a salt of grain right there. I have nothing left to say. That's it for a very probably another long podcast episode. It's been fun though. It
I
really
loved
has
it,
been.
man. I loved it. I don't
Uh,
even want to stop right now.
I don't, but I also need sleep because I got a party
Absolutely.
to go to today.
For sure.
But yeah, um, we will probably be back with this podcast not this week. Like no, like this is gonna come out on Tuesday. Then we're gonna take a week off, and then we'll be back the next Tuesday after that, which will be um shit. When is that? I gotta look at my calendar real quick. My brain's not going that fast. Will be the 16th, which means that actually there's nothing coming out on the 12th, is there?
I don't think
Movie
so.
wise.
No, I don't think so.
Hold on, let me check this real quick. Because I'm not sure there's anything big coming out on the 12th. Other than no, there's nothing. And oh well, there is Red Notice, but I don't think that's. You know what?
That's Netflix.
Right. You know what? No, I guarantee you we'll have some type. Okay, hear me out. If we're getting the trailer for Mobius on Tuesday, right?
Hmm.
If we get that, then maybe we're gonna get the Spider-Man trailer the couple days before the Ghostbusters, which could be the 16th when we do this next episode.
Okay.
So who knows? We might have more Marvel stuff to talk about. We'll never know until we know. So
You gotta subscribe. Hit that
definitely,
button.
yep, subscribe, leave us a review. I don't care how good or bad it is, just leave something so we know that you're listening.
Right.
Um, I am gonna probably try to set up a Patreon soon. I know not much about it, so work with me while I figure this kind of stuff out. And,
Right.
maybe we can one day do a video podcast. I know for a fact I want to try to do one when we go see Spider-Man
Absolutely, man.
for sure. But it's been a pleasure. Thanks for bearing with me through two different podcast episode recordings. And I guarantee you're not going to watch Doctor Sleep after this.
I'm about to watch it right now, man.
You're going to watch it now. You're not going to be
I'm
done
about
with
to
it
watch
until
it.
5 o'clock.
I'm about to watch it right now.
No, sorry, 5:30. Unless you're watching the extended cut, then 6 a.m.
I'm about to watch it right now.
You're crazy, man. I'm about to go to bed. But all right, audience, it's been fun. Uh, we'll definitely see you again. Remember to go check out our Cinema on the Rocks podcast. Its next episode will be up. Well, the episode we just recorded will have already been out by this point, but our next
Yep.
episode will be whenever we make it. I'm going to be honest with you. We don't have a set
For
schedule
sure.
yet. It's just
For
us
sure.
two. But all right, people, have a great night and drink responsibly.
Absolutely, man. Have a good one, bro.
You too.